I'm Devin Hester, the NFL record holder for punt returns. The Bears, my former team, are about to kick off their 100th season, and the league centennial, versus the Packers. Ask me anything.
Before we start, be sure to like and subscribe to be the first to know about new videos. Comment your answer below.
I'm former NFL punt returner / wide receiver Devin Hester, and I played for 11 seasons in the NFL for 4 teams. In that time, I returned total 14 punts, including 3 in my rookie year with the Bears, 5 kicks and 1 missed field goal for touchdowns. In total, I've run over 11,000 yards on return touchdowns alone. Ask me anything about my time with the Bears and my football career ahead of the NFL 100 kickoff. What's up, Devin? Were there any punters / special teams that you hated going up against? Sam Koch. If Sam was allowed to punt the way he did in practice, you didn't want to catch none of his balls. He had a leaf ball. It wasn't a knuckleball. Imagine a leaf dropping 100 feet from the air the way it swoops back and forth. It looked like a leaf falling from the sky, only faster. This is great. I had no idea. That was really interesting. Thanks for the share. Punters really are people too. That was really cool. Thanks for sharing. What do you feel like makes you one of the greatest, if not the greatest, returner of all time? Speed? Finesse? Durability? The vision. Everybody that goes to the NFL has speed. I think my vision was one of my stronger assets of my game. Being able to see holes before they open and see the whole field. You're the man, D. Hess. He speaks the truth too. It takes a visual brain and paying attention growing up to predict where bodies are going to move. The better you get, the wider your mental vision becomes. Hitting a baseball requires too many subtle cues, and it all becomes muscle memory. We're crazy creatures. You're like a Wayne Gretzky for returning. If you take away his kick returns, Hester still has the most TDs by a returner ever, so you're right. How does it feel to be the only player in Madden history with a 100 speed rating? Did you ever play as yourself and send yourself deep every single play? Because we all did.
Every single play.
Truly a man of the people. Every time I played a new franchise, I'd immediately trade for you and set you as my top receiver. In the game and the real world, you are ridiculous.
What's the craziest thing you've ever heard another player yell while a return is happening? I don't know about players, but the reaction, Devin Hester, you're ridiculous. That just blew up. When I sign autographs, about 50% of the things I sign say ridiculous on it. I can hear this in Joniak's voice. If you had to pick a player that would break your record, who would it be? Also, any changes you would have made to special teams in general? My son. You gotta go check out my middle son. He got rated #1 for the first grade in South Florida this past summer. I laughed, but Scouter's probably already on top of this. Lil dude probably already has an offer from the U. Wait, is this a joke, or do people actually develop regional rankings for first graders? Are you not in a fantasy first grader league? The name Scott's Tots all of a sudden got a whole lot more literal. You were a triple threat at Miami playing CB, WR and returning kicks. Going into your first camp in 2006, did the Bears say specifically to you, we just want you returning kicks, or did you work in with the offense and defense as well? First couple weeks was basically saying, hey, we'll have you as a return guy and you can get a grasp on the defense too. So that was my role for the first couple weeks and months. But they really wanted the returns. I think we all appreciate it. Hey Devin. Awesome to see this. Being said, what would you say is the moment that you had in the NFL and thought to yourself, alright, I know I can make it in this league? Or a moment where your career took off? Also, what's your favorite food? Probably my first game. Coming into the league, I would get a lot of comments about things I did in college. First game of the season, I run back a punt and I realized I could do it again in the league. P.S. My favorite food is chili. New life goal, make chili for Devin Hester. You are in the room with the ROFL committee and they ask you why you should be inducted. What do you tell them? If I could get in a room with them, I would probably tell them the thing that we all have in common is we changed the game. We changed the game of football. From teams preparing against us to dominating the position, all of the Hall of Famers in this room changed the game of football. Careful. Perfect is going to be looking for his invite based on this. Damn, that's a good effing answer. Devin, I followed you since you wore number 4 for the Canes. I'm curious as to what you see the exact moment before you make the final cut to spring you free towards a touchdown and a return. Is it a reaction or do you see the play before it happens? And which was easier? Kick or punt return? When you got one more guy to beat, it's always the punter or the kicker. Just knowing that he really doesn't want to make the tackle, he wants to get out of the way. Seeing that punter, I already know in my mind I'm going to score. He's the last line of defense. 99% of the time I'm going to get past him. I just wanted to say that your opening kickoff in the Super Bowl is my favorite sports memory of all time. Thank you for everything. Bear down. What's your favorite off-field memory of Chicago? Doing OTAs and off-season training, we'd all meet at somebody's house in the area. Usually my house. There'd be 15 of us playing cards, playing pool, ordering food. Those memories were my favorite moments with people where we just kicked it every day. How did it feel returning the kickoff for a TD in the Super Bowl? I know the loss was brutal, but can you still look back and feel great about your individual play? It was a joy. It was more shocking than anything. It was overwhelming and I couldn't believe it just happened. Going up to the game, there was all that talk about whether they were going to kick it to me or not. It's hard to do something that people have hyped up for so long. People were saying for a whole month, do you think you're going to return it? And then to actually do it is amazing. As a Colts fan, it scared me half to death. I just arrived at my buddy's SB party and he opens the door and goes, Hester just ran the opening kickoff for a TD. I thought he was playing. Devin, huge fan from the U days. My question is, which you enjoyed more, playing corner or playing receiver? My passion was playing corner. Everybody loves scoring touchdowns, but the older I got I felt more passionate corner and knew I could score a touchdown on defense. I had that desire and could shut down an entire side of the field at the same time. Did you look up to any returners growing up? Deion Sanders and Dante Hall. How did it feel beating Deion Sanders' record? Also, thank you for your time in Atlanta. It took so long since I was one away that it seemed I just couldn't get it. So when I finally got it, it was a big relief. We both talked about the record and we had a strong relationship since my college days, so he was proud of me when it happened.
You have been visited by Sad Cat. Like this video and subscribe to the channel to make Sad Cat happy again.